So let's get to this one first, because this is the most important issue of the time. I'm not kidding. Bottom line up front, Joe Biden and his family are an active national security threat to the United States right now. Digest what I just told you. It's not hyperbolic. It's not stated for soundbite effect. That's a fact. The Biden crime family is an active national security threat to the United States. Known enemies of the United States, notably Russia and China, nuclear-powered enemies. We now have records and emails indicating, and a Senate investigation, conclusively, that a member of the family has taken payoffs from people connected to Vladimir Putin, $1 million payoffs, a member of the Biden family, Hunter, $1 million payoffs from the former mayor of Moscow's wife, a noted friend of Putin. We also know that there have been payoffs from what they call China Inc., the Biden family, that is, the Chinese Communist Party, where in one of the emails it stated some of that money was being held in reserve for Joe Biden. Wait, you're suggesting that an article hints that Joe Biden may be in the back pocket monetarily of the Chinese Communist Party? That's exactly what the article is saying. There's more news this weekend about the Ukraine angle as well. You're like, this gets worse? Of course it gets worse. There's another article indicating what? In Ukraine, he was up to something too? You know, Ukraine, where President Trump was impeached over a perfectly legitimate phone call with the leader of Ukraine. Yeah, now you know why he was impeached, to distract you from what Biden did in Ukraine. Daily Caller this weekend. Stunning article. Was Joe Biden's family paid off to get a prosecutor fired in Ukraine that was looking into a company that hired Hunter Biden? The great Chuck Ross, Daily Caller, Burisma official told Hunter Biden they wanted to, quote, close down an investigation about the firm's owner, according to an unconfirmed email. Fascinating. So again, to walk this through for the liberals who are having a tough time processing basic information, a company in Ukraine, Burisma, was under investigation. Fact. Company hires Hunter Biden, son of Joe Biden. Also a fact. One of their deliverables in an email was to get the investigator looking into said company fired. Also a fact. Also a fact, Joe Biden, who was the vice president and point man for the Obama administration on Ukraine, is on tape demanding that same prosecutor be fired. Fact. Final fact, that prosecutor was in fact fired after Biden's demands.
Yeah, it's a matter of fact. Mm-hmm.
well, those are, you can have your opinion on that. To use the overused adage, which I'm getting a little tired of, but you get it. You are entitled to your own opinion, of course. Yeah. You are not entitled to your own set of facts. To quote Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings. You can have feelings about the facts, but facts don't care about your feelings. And what I just laid out to you are a series of facts. Now, this story will be in my show notes today by Chuck Ross. Please, I'm begging you to read it. Begging, like on bended knee if I could. It'll be in the show notes, bongino.com/newsletter. The newsletter is the show notes. The article will be there. Please subscribe. Read this article. Here is the big takeaway from it. There's a lot of juicy stuff in there, but the bottom line up front, they get to right in the beginning of this Daily Caller piece about potential blackmail information, bribery, and all kinds of things happening with Hunter Biden and Joe. Quote, an executive at Burisma Holdings, the company I told you, a fact, was under investigation by a Ukrainian prosecutor, told Hunter Biden in November of 2015 that he wanted high-ranking U.S. officials to express their support for the energy firm as part of an effort to shut down investigations against the company's owner, according to an unconfirmed email Fox News reported on Thursday. According to Fox News anchor Tucker Carlson, Vadim Pozharskyi, a Burisma executive, emailed Biden and his business associate, Devin Archer, they're talking about Hunter Biden, on November 2nd, 2015, laying out a series of, quote, deliverables he sought for the company. Now, I know they say this is unconfirmed. I'm going to confirm this for you right now because I always do what? Produce the receipts and the evidence, folks. That's what we do here. Hat tip our buddy at Fool Nelson on Twitter, who I do communicate with, who has some really good stuff out there. So we know this now. I've laid out the facts, the predicate facts here. Hunter Biden's company he gets hired by is under investigation. We know that the executive from that company is emailing Hunter Biden, demanding that that investigation be, quote, closed down, and, quote, say, close down any cases into us. So, executive from a company under investigation hires Hunter Biden to make this investigation go away. Where did that happen? Well, let's look at screenshot number 2 from the Daily Caller article where they have the actual email. This Burisma executive, company under investigation, said, quote, the goal of the visit was to, quote, bring positive signal and message and support on Nikolai's issue to the Ukrainian top officials above with the ultimate purpose, Nikolai, by the way, is the executive from Burisma under investigation, with the ultimate purpose to close down for any cases, pursuits against Nikolai in Ukraine. So, again, fact, company hires Hunter Biden. Company is under investigation, sends an email to Hunter Biden, say our goal is to close down these investigations. Hunter Biden's dad is the point man on Ukraine, who's then on tape demanding the prosecutor looking into this company be fired. Prosecutor is then fired. Facts, facts. Those are facts. Liberals, facts. You know what facts are? Indisputable data points already proven. You may say, well, Dan, oh, by the way, key point. Paul, I need you as the ombudsman too, in addition to Ombudsman Joe, the official ombudsman of the Dan Bongino Show. So we now know that this email from the Burisma executive to Hunter was sent November 2nd of 2015. The email from, I'm doing this slowly for the liberals listening who have like 6-inch thick skulls, who are incapable of processing facts. The Burisma executive sends a series of emails to Hunter Biden and his business partner on November 2nd of 2015, demanding that for our money, they close down any cases into the company, Burisma. Everybody tracking? Paula, do I get a head nod? Joe, do I get a head nod? We got 2 head nods, so we're good to go.
Good.
Here is a close inner circle confidant of Joe Biden who works with Biden, a guy by the name of Amos Hochstein. Here is an email chain from Amos Hochstein on, well, let's just put it up. We can look at the date ourselves. Oh, November 2nd, 2015. It's from a redacted source to Amos Hochstein. Monday, November 2nd, 2015, 12:30 p.m. Subject, Hunter Biden's office called. To Amos Hochstein. He is requesting a meeting with you this Friday. Would you like me to arrange this? Hochstein responds back, yes. Same day, November 2nd, 2015, the same day the Burisma executive is emailing Hunter Biden demanding that they get a meeting to, quote, close down any cases into the company Hunter Biden's being paid handsomely for, and that Joe Biden's dad is later on tape demanding the prosecutor be fired for. Those are emails. Again, facts, data points, irrefutable data points. Facts don't care about your feelings, Hat Tip Shapiro. You may have feelings about the facts, but the facts don't care about your darn feelings. You don't find this odd that some redacted source is emailing a confidant of Joe Biden, Amos Hochstein, asking to set up a meeting with Hunter Biden on the same day Hunter Biden gets an email from a Burisma executive demanding that they close down any cases into their company for their corruption investigation? You're not scratching your head a little bit going, that sounds weird. That sounds a little weird.
Yeah.
A little weird, right? A little weird?
Really weird.
Crazy talk. So there's the Senate, one of the Senate committees interviewed some of the players in this scandal. Again, in case you're looking for more evidence that these November 2nd emails are in fact authentic. This is from the Senate's own documents, as a matter of fact, where they interviewed some of the players in this scandal. Check this out. I'm sorry, Paul. I know I got out of. I'll get back. Yeah, you know what, Paula, put this up. Paula's right. Let's do this email first. This is the one of the Ukrainian executives as well that hired Hunter Biden. In case you're saying, oh, well, how do we know this meeting made its way eventually up to Joe Biden himself? Here's Vadim Pizarski. I always throw Paul off. I always say go out of order. Vadim Pizarski email. By the way, no one's denying this email is authentic. To Hunter Biden himself. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving me an opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. It's an honor and a pleasure. This was sent April 17, 2015, indicating what? That after the request for the November meeting after the request later on, they've already met with Joe Biden. They already know what's going on. Joe Biden's already in on this whole thing. Biden's already met with these people. We have the emails. There's no question Biden's involved in this. Sorry, now to go back to the Senate interview, because this matters. This is all under oath stuff. Check this out. They're interviewing Hochstein, who again is on this email chain trying to set up a meeting with Hunter Biden after Biden gets an email from a Burisma executive demanding that these cases be closed down into the company Biden's getting paid by. It says, this is Mr. Hochstein's answer about the Hunter Biden meeting. Quote, I believe it was in early November of 2015. Wow, that sounds weird. The same day he got the email from Burisma demanding that the cases into the company be closed. He's asked, well, how long was your conversation with Roger Biden? I get the name wrong. It's Hunter Biden. He says, probably 20 minutes or so. And did you tell him about Russia's disinformation efforts? Hochstein, I did. And what was his response? I think he was frustrated with the Russia narrative. So just to be clear, let's walk through this again. Burisma's under investigation in Ukraine. Hires Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's kid. Hires them to, quote, close down any cases into Burisma. They then email Biden's inner circle demanding meetings and all this stuff, which we now can see with Hunter Biden, who's working for the company to get this prosecutor fired. We then know in 2016, the prosecutor is fired, and Joe Biden's on tape in March of 2016 talking about firing the prosecutor, looking into his son's company. We also know, according to a company executive, that they'd already met with Biden because there's an email earlier in the year in April saying, thank you for the opportunity to meet with your dad. Folks, nobody finds this in any way disturbing. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That a company on an email chain we now have documented and Senate confirmed under oath testimony, that a company may have paid the vice president of the United States' son and paid them off to close down an international corruption case, and Joe Biden may know all about this while he's running for president?
You just heard Dan Bongino.